Coming in, flex. I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with, 2, 2, 3, 3, I'm on 10 again, state your name. Big been dope on flame, I just switched the lanes. Damn, he did it again, I just flipped the pain. Stripping and dipping in bass, slab on everything. Swimming, you sinking away, cause I got big racks coming. I put my low racks on it. I ain't skip past losses, I had to get back off it. See the fit lab on it until they whip my coffin. Money clip, I tossed it, I heard it's big bags on big bags on big bags coming, coming in, flex, I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with, 2, 2, 3, 3, I'm on 10 again. Pump up the action, I'm active. If he never heard of Big Dope, he just napping. Jackson's off the rapping. Keep it on my body, bitch, I'm broke if you asking. Don't gotta sell it, most of y'all is flawless. Broken whips as long as it is foreign. Heard you want it cause the yam's enormous. What's in since she isn't gorgeous? Live my life, last name of Morgan Freeman. Trying to touch a forest, do not know when knocking on the door is. Came in, I came in, I came in. Did it like the Porsches coming in, flex, I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with, 2, 2, 3, 3, I'm on 10 again. Okay, alright. Coming in, flex, I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with, 2, 2, 3, 3, I'm on 10, 10, 10, coming in, flex, I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with, 2, 2, 3, 3, I'm on 10 again, state your name. Big been dope on flame, I just switched the lanes. Damn, he did it again, I just flipped the pain. Stripping and dipping in bass, slab on everything. Swimming, you sinking away, cause I got big racks coming. I put my low racks on it. I ain't skip past losses, I had to get back off it. See the fit lab on it until they whip my coffin. Money clip, I tossed it, I heard it's big bags on big bags on big bags coming, coming in, flex, I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with, 2, 2, 3, 3, I'm on 10 again. Pump up the action, I'm active. If he never heard of Big Dope, he just napping. Jackson's off the rapping. Keep it on my body, bitch, I'm broke if you asking. Don't gotta sell it, most of y'all is flawless. Broken whips as long as it is foreign. Heard you want it cause the yam's enormous. What's in since she isn't gorgeous? Live my life, last name of Morgan Freeman. Trying to touch a forest, do not know when knocking on the door is. Came in, I came in, I came in. Did it like the Porsches coming in, flex, I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with, 2, 2, 3, 3, I'm on 10 again. Okay, alright. Coming in, flex, I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with, 2, 2, 3, 3, I'm on 10, 10, 10,
What's good? What's good? What's good, man? Hold up, man. We starting this thing off with some. What's good, man?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Oh man, I'm excited, man. Look like we started out with some technical. What happened, man? It froze, huh? Yes, indeed, man. What's good, man? How y'all feeling?
Man, blessed, man. Super excited about this one.
Finna drop some jizziums.
Oh, man, I'm already knowing.
I'm ready, man. I'm always ready, man.
Let's go. Let's go. I see Dave in the comments. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody checking in, man? We super excited for, man. We got a special one, man. Y'all know we had last week we had a week before, man, we had a chance to interview Oneil They had a chance to interview myself. And this one, man, this is the final. This is a trilogy right here. Right, this that complete the complete cycle of all trilogies, man. Tonight, man, when I tell you we dropping in Wholesaling Means, we talking to the one and only. First, let me, I always do the introductions. Let me go ahead and get this man a proper introduction, though. You gotta hit that.
Let's run it.
So, man, first and foremost, man, this brother, you talking about hailing from H-Town. We're gonna dive into his story from literally going from could have been in a jail cell to now you're talking about wholesaling to millions, to discovering what real estate was able to provide for his family, being, not only working a full-time job, but being, being a nurse. So you're talking about one of the first-hand responders. We're talking about what was really going on last year. This brother really put in the work and not only made time to give to the people first, put people first, but always, but turned around and gave to the people in as far as real estate and provided affordable housing in Houston and across the South, the Southwest, man. When I tell y'all, I'm so blessed to even partner up with this brother. Has a phenomenal company, Systems King. All right, we talking about a wholesaling king, a clubhouse king. Give it up for not only, man, Byron the investor, y'all, man. Show some love in the comments. Hit that fire sign.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man.
Moderator King.
I had to mix it up real quick, man. Man, thank you for that super phenomenal intro. Byron always kill the intros. Like that's like he like intro king, like facts. You know what I mean?
Hey, for everybody that's on here, please let us know where y'all coming in from, man. We'd love to see where y'all coming in from.
Absolutely. And hit that like button too, man. Definitely hit that like button. We finna drop some gems. You know what? I ain't holding nothing back today, man. I'm dropping secrets. I'm dropping trade secrets. I'm dropping everything, man. Plus I'm telling the story, man. So this is gonna be a full pull out the pen and paper type of session today, man. So, I'm just letting them know.
Let's get to it then.
Man. Let's just start off. Who is Mr. Byron, the investor?
Who is Byron the investor, man? Listen, it's funny that that the name really came from the fact that I've always kind of been like somewhat entrepreneurial, right? I've always been entrepreneurial since a kid, but when I kind of went, took a lot of losses. Had a lot of wins too. So it's always been kind of like an up and down journey for me, man. It started, I remember growing up, cutting hair, selling candy, as a kid, I had a little club, when I was in high school, man, little club, man, that we was kicked off, man, had people coming to, man, it's been a lot of crazy hustles, man. I didn't, from network marketing to doing music, man, to just a little bit of everything, man. It's just been a crazy series of hustles. And, I never forget, man, when I became Byron the investor, man, it started when, I kind of was, out hustling. I'm gonna keep it real. I was out there hustling, doing some of the wrong things, running with some of the wrong crowd. And I was in a situation where I got jammed up, and I got jammed up by, I was out, one of my homeboys called me up, you know what I mean? He needed me to help him out with a little situation. And I ended up taking him to the store to do a deal. And come to find out, man, he was getting set up, and which meant I was getting set up. And as a result, I'm looking around like, man, this don't look right. I didn't feel right the whole time. And yeah, man. And next thing I know, man, I got guns in my face, man. I ain't know if it was the ops or the cops. I ain't know which one. I was like, yo, either this gonna be the last time I'm gonna be breathing, man, or I'm gonna live to be able to tell a story. And right now I'm here living to tell a story. Thank God, man. So that's that, from that transitional period, man, from me going to jail, thank God it was the cops instead of somebody else, man. But for real. You know what I mean? I ended up going to jail. and got out, man, a completely different person, man, because I was looking at, 15 years to life. And by the grace of God, I was able to beat that case and live to tell a story. So that's where I'm at.
Man, that's powerful, bro. I think anybody on here, I want y'all to take away from that story is that's resilience. He could have gave up, he could have folded, but at the end of the day, he like, nah, man, it's still more for me, and I can live to tell this story. So, Byron the investor, I know we're gonna dive into some gems, but like, what made you choose real estate?
Man, I didn't really choose real estate at the beginning, man. Like I remember when I was working as a nurse, right? Travel nurse, right? So first I started in Beaumont, man. I'm literally working and I'm living in the projects this whole time, man. Like I'm working, living in the projects. And I heard about travel nursing, man. So I was, it was already to the hustle streets, man. So I'm finding out that you can make pretty much sometimes double, if not triple the money, right? If you decide to work for yourself as a travel nurse. So the first thing I do, man, after hearing this information is I started making a bunch of calls, man, and trying to find out exactly how to get on. You know what I mean? So I'm making calls, connecting with different people, man, and networking. Again, your network is your net worth. I'm making networks, man, and come to find out, I got connected with a traveling agency that was going to allow me to start traveling a little early, because typically they want you to have about 2 to 3 years experience, man, as a nurse before you try and get into the travel space. So I ended up getting into the travel space a little earlier, man. I was able to make a couple connections. I'm not even going to say how early, because I don't even know if that was the right thing for me to be doing, but I did it anyway. And I did it scared, man. I got out there and started traveling in Houston. And so I'm driving back and forth to Beaumont to Houston, man. And I'm literally making, like, when I first started, I started out making about double the money, right? And I was working in a hospital out in Richmond, Rosenberg, man. And it was great. I was like, man, this is awesome. I'm making great money. And I ended up talking to a lot of the nurses, man, that was in the field. And I found out that I was getting shortchanged big time. I ain't even know, though. You feel me? I had no idea, because I'm like excited to just be making double the money. And so I started making more and more connections. I started talking to more travel nurses, and I wouldn't let them weasel out of the money situation. You feel me? Like, how most people, they don't have those uncomfortable conversations about money. That's kind of like a taboo at a job. But like, I was just like, I started getting cooler and cooler with people, and I would pull them to the side. And I never forget, man. I met this one chick, man. She was real cool, man, and she kind of put me on game. She was like, I just got cool with her. She just told me, man, like, man, I think you may be getting shortchanged. You know what I mean? You get with this travel agency, man, they gonna pay you triple what you getting paid. You know what I mean? What you was getting paid before. And I was like, for real? And I was like, so what kind of numbers you doing? And she ended up kind of like breaking down kind of the kind of numbers she was doing and how she did it. You know what I mean? And so after I kind of got that situation popping, man, I ended up doing that travel nurse, and I literally started living on about 30% of my income at this time. So I'm living on about 30% of my income, and I'm saving the rest. So I'm working, and I saved up well over 100, you know what I mean? Well over 6 figures. You know what I mean? To put it simple. And as a result of that, I'm looking for opportunities. My first opportunity, Byron and Oneil, was to do franchising. I thought I wanted to do Subways. And so I started doing a lot of deep diving, a lot of research into that space, got on YouTube, and I started learning how the profit structure was set up in a lot of these different businesses. And I said, you know what? I came to find out, man, a lot of these franchises, man, they only profiting maybe about 40 grand at the end of the year. Yeah. So I was like, and it's kind of like you cap, right? That's kind of where you stay. Some of them get a little bit more, right? It's more or less, but I was like, that's not the type of profit with the type of income that I had to put into getting into the space. So once I found that out, man, I was just like, I'd rather be in something that's a little bit more fluid, that it can give me a little bit more freedom, a little bit more time freedom, and that I could scale a whole lot easier without having to come up with a massive amount of money. And so I kept searching. And I ran into a buddy of mine that got into real estate, and he was like, you know, going on and on. But I kind of blew it off. I'm like, yo, like, you know, he seemed a little too excited, man. It almost sounded like a network marketing scheme or something, man, the way he was excited about it. And I kept listening, though. I kept listening. And I ended up finding out about real estate. And then I tried a seminar on my own. I ended up going to Fortune Builders. I went to a Fortune Builders seminar, right? And they almost got your boy for about 30 racks. You know what I mean? Thank you. And so I'm sitting up in there, man. I'm sitting up in there, you know, and I'm in there with my girl. I'm like nudging, like, hey, you think I should do it? You think I should do it? And I ended up deciding to do it. And I ended up saying, you know what? At the end, I just kind of just took all of my money back. I dropped 30 racks cash. And then within a week, I told him, nah, I'm going to cancel out. And I ended up going with another program that my homeboy was telling me about that I thought was some type of network marketing scheme. And I ended up going with him, and I ended up dropping 20 racks, which was not much better, but it was in a
less.
10,000 less. But I was in a local market, right? I was in a local market where I felt like I was able to get the proper mentorship that I wanted. I was able to JV with some people that I knew that I could trust, and I was able to learn the game exactly in the market where I was, and I felt like, you know, it was a deal. And looking back, man, I would have gave probably double to do the same thing. So
you sound like it was worth it.
Oh, it was definitely worth it, man. I listen, because you got to understand, bro, within my first month or so, I had already had 3 deals locked up. You feel me? And I know for a fact that I probably wouldn't have been able to do that if I hadn't had hand to hand mentorship. You know what I mean? So it was worth it, man. So I'd end up, you know, making that money back within like the first couple of months.
Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, you told us a lot about your story, but if you can go back a little bit, what type of mindset does it take to live on 30% of your income? Because that's like, it's not regular.
That is a little crazy. That is
absolutely crazy.
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It goes back to when you sitting in that jail cell and you hopeless. So, you know, I remember finding myself kind of like sitting in the jail, bro, and I'm talking to people, bro, that I 0% could relate to, bro. I couldn't relate to these guys, man. They was having conversations about things that I just felt like was just whack beyond measure, man. Like the stuff they was excited about. I remember, man, the dude telling me about, you know, like, you know, smoking weed all day, doing this all day, you know, running women all day, man. Like the lame shit, bro. And I was just like, yo, I don't relate to these dudes, man. They was talking about the stuff that they was gonna do when they got home. And, you know, I remember just sitting in the cell, bro, just listening to him talk, and he was just kind of telling me about just dumb stuff, bro. And I was just like, why am I here, bro? And I'm literally gonna be here for the next 15 years to life talking to idiots like this. You feel me? And it was, you know, and I'm just keeping it real, bro. I just felt like the conversations were so horrible. And so I'm looking at these 4 walls, bro. And I never forget. And I was just like, I looked down, man. And I was just like, God, man, how did I get here? This is not me. This is not the type of company I like to keep. And I just kind of found myself kind of begging God, man, to release me from this situation, man. And if you release me from this situation, I promise you, I'm never going to come back into a situation like this again. And so I'm, you know, I get bailed out. You feel me? Like, thank God I had good friends and family, man. And I had some money. You know, I was making money. So I had money, you know, tucked aside to be able to fight my case. And so I say that to say this, man. After I paid my lawyer, I paid for my co-defendant's lawyer, I paid for everybody's legal fees. Like, I ain't care. And he ended up firing the lawyer that I paid him for, right? He ended up firing him, and I bought him another lawyer. You feel me? Like, it was crazy. That's how committed I was to beating that case. You know what I mean? And, you know, after everything was said and done, he was literally caught red-handed, man, with a half a brick of cocaine, bro. Like, I'm being real with you. I'm laying it all out. Yeah, in the South, bro. Half a brick of cocaine, bro. And the judge didn't look like me. You know what I'm saying? Yo. So I knew. Yeah, bro. I was scared, bro. But at the end of the day, man, I had faith, bro, that I was gonna fight this case. I knew that my hands in that particular moment were clean, and they came at me with all kind of probation deals after probation deals. Man, they was just like, man, you sure you don't want to take this probation deal? And I think the last probation deal they came to me with, I think it was like a couple years probation. And I denied it, man. I was like, nah, I ain't doing it. I ain't taking it. And I just kept fighting to get out of that situation because I knew that was not the life for me. And I knew I wanted to go to nursing school, get that out the way, and get back on my entrepreneurial journey. So when I say that to say this, man, when you are down at that level, your level of gratitude grows, right? And when your level of gratitude grows to the level that it was for me, bro, just getting out and being able to breathe the air, I was grateful for. So I didn't need to live on a lot of my income to make myself feel good. I didn't have nobody to impress at this point in my life because of what I realized when you are down at that low of a level, bro, man, you don't have that many friends anyway. You know what I'm saying? Friends start dipping on you. And so when you realize that, you just realize that the things that are important in life are just not about money. It's not about like a lot of those things, man. It's bigger things. So I just got extremely disciplined about everything in my life, man. And money was one of them. And so I was able to live in the projects as a graduate nurse, man. After I started working as a travel nurse, I was still able to live in the projects comfortably. You feel me? And I made well enough money to not be there. And that's how I did it, man. So that was the mindset that I had in that situation.
Yeah, that's powerful, bro. Like for real. And you know, I think that anybody on here, you know, I see Wally World Real Estate, you know, he put the hand up at the strong fist, you know what I mean? And I think that everybody on here is hearing it like, wow, you know, some people, this is their first time even hearing this. And I think it's powerful that you know, because at the end of the day, we all have history, right? We all have past, and some of our past may not look, you know, or seem like it should be this particular way, but you had to go the unconventional route to become, even if you think about it, it's still unconventional to some for what you've been able to really succeed at. So before you get to the gym parts, I want to, for anybody that's, you know, that has a 9-to-5 and they struggle with time, right? And one thing, time, like how was you able to balance being a nurse and, you know, being a full-time real estate investor?
Yeah, so man, I love this question because guess what? I'm gonna distill one myth. I'm just gonna get rid of one myth. And that's balance. It ain't no balance. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't no such thing as balance when it comes to entrepreneurship life. It is sacrifice. And I just got to put that out there. But it is 100% doable. And if you can transition your mind into building systems, right? Because see, this is something that I would hear about. I remember like listening to a lot of podcasts, man. And I remember listening to, matter of fact, it was Bigger Pockets. And every time I would listen to this, to that podcast, man, I kept hearing this recurring theme. Systems, man, building our systems. And I was like, what the hell is systems, bro? Like, what is that? And so as a result, you know, after a while, it started catching on. And I just started hearing this reoccurring thing, systems. And so after that, when I started my wholesale business, I was like, man, how can I, because I knew I didn't want to quit. I actually loved what I did. I wasn't one of those people, man, because the thing about it is when you go from needing to work, meaning you have to go in to make a paycheck to pay your bills, the way you view work is different. When work becomes your primary investor, meaning you are able to stash away a significant amount of your income, you don't feel that ugly feeling of, man, I got to go to work. Because I never felt that way. After I saved up so much money, it was just like, yo, I got to be here. I'm here because I enjoy being here and because this is a tool that I'm using to fuel my further vision. And so I I was able to, by the grace of God, I was able to take some of that money that I had stashed away to kind of play with developing systems, right? So I was able to kind of, crash dummy, to so to speak, with playing with a few things, tweaking a few things, and finding out exactly what I needed to do to make this business work while I worked. So I was able to basically put in systems in place, man, that made that transition extremely smooth, to the point, Byron and Oneil, to where I was literally in a situation where by the time I was in a position to quit my 9-to-5, I really didn't have much to do other than just grow the business and maintain by going to meetings and studying different things to grow my business. But in terms of working in the business, I was almost 0% working in the business by the time I was in that position to leave.
That's powerful, killing it, bro. You killing it. So, a lot of people have those excuses. They don't have time to do their business and things like that. Me, myself, I call it bullshit because I do the same thing. But let's talk about you getting into real estate. How was your first 6 months as you actually got into real estate wholesaling? And why did you pick real estate wholesaling and not, I'm going to go directly into fix and flip, directly into rentals? So,
man,
talk about why you pick wholesaling and then talk about your first 6 to 12 months in wholesaling.
All right, so look, so here's the thing. I didn't initially pick wholesaling. Initially, I wanted to do rentals. That was my first. I was like, I think I'm going to do rentals. But I started peeping that I needed a significant amount of income to do rentals. And then I started reaching out to wholesalers, to try and, pick up rentals. And I was like, man, these close to retail. You know what I mean? I need some real deals if I'm going to, pick up these rentals. And so I was like, man, I may need to wholesale, because I really feel like I got the gift of gab. You know what I mean? I'm comfortable talking to people and dealing with people. I know for a fact that I can manage the transactions and deals, and I can make things flow. So I said, I'm gonna go ahead and do some wholesale deals, and I'm gonna let my wholesale business fuel my rental business. And it didn't quite work out that way. You know what I mean? It ended up just, my wholesale business ended up kind of just taking the life of its own. And then my rental business ended up kind of taking a life of its own as well. But that's a whole nother story. We're going to get to that later. But my first 6 months, I was lucky in the sense that I started right after Harvey hit, right? And so the beauty of that was I was able to get a deal. I was able to get a deal pretty quick. So I was putting out bandit signs on this. I never forget. I'm putting out bandit signs, right? And my phone literally was blowing up as if I was doing like some type of RVM campaign. Cause it's the difference, man. Your phone don't just ring crazy with bandit signs, typically, you know what I mean? So typically when you do a bandit sign, you may get, depending on how many you put out, you may get, maybe 10 calls, maybe 15 calls in a week. You know what I mean? And that's if you put out a lot of them, and that's in pretty significant amount in a certain geographical area. And but the good thing about the bandit signs is when you do get those calls, depending on where you at, you're going to make some money. But my phone, literally, I never forget, it was blowing up like crazy because it was a lot of flooded homes. A lot of people needed my help. And so I'm getting a ton of calls. And I get a call from an older couple, man, over in Alvin, Texas. And they hit me up and they were like, the good thing was they had already made their money back because they had insurance, right? They were one of the luckier people who actually had flood insurance. And so in this particular deal, they was like, man, anything that I pretty much sell this property to you for is just icing on the cake. You know what I mean? So I was like, yes. And the good thing was I was able to drag my mentor. I was able to convince him into locking the deal up pretty much for me. So he literally came to the appointment with me and pretty much locked the deal up. I was just kind of like quiet and doing like ad lib. I felt like I was one of the background singers for Jodeci. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like a background singer the whole time. And he pretty much, he running all of the game. And so I was like, yo, this is dope. So we ended up locking that deal up. And then, bro, crazy thing was after we locked the deal up, it's time to find a buyer. He ghosts me.
Who?
My mentor, bro. Like, ghost me, bro.
Oh my God.
He need his ass whooped.
Yeah, you feel me? And so I'm like, yo, like, bro.
He put it under contract under his name, under your name.
He put it under contract under his name, but for my company.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? And so, yeah, he ghosts me and he ghosts the seller. So I'm like, nobody can get in touch with dude, bro. Because basically he had promised me he was going to be able to find a buyer real quick. And I guess he couldn't find a buyer real quick like he promised. And I still got a lot of respect for dude, man. You know, I ended up talking to him after the deal. And I still end up paying him, you know what I mean, after I found my buyer. But it was just a scary situation. So I'm like stressed, bro. You got to understand. The seller calling me like, yo, I thought your boy said we was gonna be able to close in the next 3 to 5 days, bro. And I'm tripping because I'm like, yo, yeah, bro. So I'm like, nah, you know, we ain't even got title back. So I'm calling, I'm literally calling, you know, the title company, and I'm like, yo, like, you know, yeah, I'm basically kind of like, you know, prepping them. I'm like, we ain't got a buyer yet, you know, so I'm kind of like praying that the title company don't let the seller know that the title commitment has come back yet. Cause I'm telling the seller the whole time, like, we ain't got title commitment back. We got to hold off, man. Just give me some time. You know what I mean? Cause we can't close until the title commitment come back. So I'm sweating bullets, bro, literally sweating bullets. And I'm reaching out. I'm calling everybody that I possibly can to try to see if I can get the deal done. I didn't put the deal out. I didn't emailed it out. I'm reaching out to every single contact that I possibly can to try to get this deal done. I got it on Facebook. I got it on Craigslist. I'm going hard literally every single day to try and get this deal done. Seller blowing me up, man. I don't know, man. I think this may be a scam. It's just, I just don't feel right, man. This, you know, it just, you know, your guy don't pick up the phone. What's going on with him? You know what I mean? And I'm like, you know what? You show right, but I'm kind of having to kind of have his back, even though he ain't picking up the phone for me either. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to make it look like we ain't on the same page. So it was just like, yo, by the end, I just go ahead and just spill the beans. I let the seller know, look, man, I don't know what do that, man. But at the end of the day, we're going to get this done. You know, just give me some time. I'm still in conversation with the title company. We making sure that we making this work. It didn't got to the point to where he blowing the title company up. They scared to pick up his phone. So they kind of ghosting him too, because he's stressing. So, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, so I ended up finding a buyer, bro. Oh, by the grace of God, I ended up finding a buyer. It ended up being like another, like, kind of like wholesale company. And so they ended up helping me find a buyer. They basically just do like dispositions, you know what I mean? And so they ended up bringing a buyer. They ended up locking it up. And, you know, and even in that transition, man, it was still stressful. But because I didn't know that they was going to come through. So I'm like stressing, bro. Like, because I'm like, man, I hope these people don't like, you know, back out on me. But they ended up coming through, man. They ended up coming through. And we closed that deal, and I, you know, I made my first little money. I ended up getting back in touch with the ghoster, you know what I'm saying? Because I just wanted to be a man of my word, and I told him I was going to split the deal with him 50-50, you know what I mean, for doing the deal with me. And I did that. I took the check over to him, and we broke bread, and the rest was pretty much history, man, because after that, I just started connecting with other wholesalers and other people. And I did probably about the first couple of deals was like JV deals. Maybe like the first 3 or 4 deals were all JV deals. And it was just, the rest was history after that. Cause I was like, yo, I got this now. I know how to do it. And to be honest, I was pissed off with him for ghosting me at that time, but
he taught you a lesson.
He taught me a lesson, because guess what? I had to get it out the mud. I had to get it 100% out the mud. And I was just like, you know what? I ain't relying on nobody no more. You know what I mean? I know this. I'm confident in this. I know I could do it because I did it like 3 times. And in all of the cases, you know, it was almost like I JV with people. But, you know, in a lot of the situations, bro, I did the bulk of the work. You know what I mean? But I'm not mad about it because I was still able to get that guidance. I was still able to get that hand holding with the things that I needed to hand hold it on, and I was still able to get the deals done. So at the end of the day, it all worked out.
How long that deal took?
Nah, that's what's
Sound
up,
like it
man.
took
Like, yeah,
way
that's one
longer.
thing I was gonna tell you. Listening to you, that was an incredible learning lesson that you had. So, man, let's get to the nitty gritty. You know what I'm saying? It's right at 8:35. I'm ready. You know, I love the fact, for one, bro. You know, anybody on here hearing your story, you know, some can relate. Some, I know some of you guys, you got to be like, I got no excuses, because Byron ass almost went to jail, and here I am free, and I ain't did shit. You right? And it's not to feel guilty, but it should, you know, kind of light fire under you. Say, okay, I got no excuses. But so somebody brand new to wholesaling, right? Let's talk about the gems, right? Somebody brand new. How can they get started wholesaling?
Tomorrow, yes. I love this because this is my lane. Look, I'm gonna tell you straight up. You know what I mean? Because this is exactly what I would do. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to figure out my marketing strategy first. So I think the main thing what a lot of new wholesalers is doing, man, and I'm gonna take it back even to some of the mistakes that I made. When I came in the game, right, I thought it was all about trying to do everything, trying to master everything, trying to learn everything. And that's probably like one of the worst mistakes that I see a lot of wholesalers do. And, you know, I can break it down, you know, because even some of the people that I came into the game with, right, I don't forget, like even the dude that brought me into the game, bro, like one thing I learned from him is that he was the smartest person that didn't know what he was doing that I knew. And I got nothing but love and respect for him, but he was smart. That motherfucker, like genius, geniusly dumb. You get what I'm saying? And so that's number respect, because he knew everything. He understood everything, but that was one of his problems, bro. He knew too much. You feel me? And he didn't have enough action to go with what he knew. Bro, I knew one strategy, and that was bandit signs. I got great at doing one thing, bandit signs, right? And so once I mastered that, which it ended up not being as good as I thought it was. I thought I was a genius. I thought I had figured out, you know, I'm like, yo, like how can anybody not be doing bandit signs? And after the flood, I found out bandit signs ain't as great as as they seem. But anyways, I'm saying pick your one marketing channel, right? One marketing channel. Pick you 3 to 4 dope zip codes that you feel like you can make money in. Not that you like, okay? Not that you like, zip codes that you can make money in. Because listen, unfortunately, a lot of people think that, you know, they're going to pick a neighborhood that they comfortable with and not a neighborhood that you can make money with. And it's a difference. So when you're thinking about a neighborhood where you can make money with it, you want to be in an area where you got older homes, you know what I mean? At least 20 years or more, 20 years plus older homes, right? That's the sweet spot. You want to be in an area where you can find those diamonds in the rough, where you got the ugliest house in some of the most stable neighborhoods. That's where you want to be, because that's typically where a lot of your fix and flippers are going to want to be. And that's where a lot of your rental properties are going to be as well. And all of that creates the perfect wholesale market. You know what I mean? So I would say pick you one good marketing channel, not 2, not 3, not 4, right? And you know what? A lot of y'all are going to try to come into it with creative finance and all that kind of stuff. I think creative finance is dope. You know what I mean? But I ain't getting to creative finance until, you know, I don't know how many deals I had done before I even thought about trying to do any of that. Make money first. Make money first. That's the key. Always focus on the things that make money, because listen, I would say that was probably like one of the best things that I focused on coming into the game, is that I made money first before I started getting creative and started getting fancy, or got into all of these other things. So I would say that.
Nice. That's good shit.
That's nice. So let's just say you started. How many deals you close in your first year?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't even know, man. I got to go back and check, but it was quite a few. Because I was closing anywhere from about, you know, 20 to 30 grand, you know what I mean, a month by myself. Okay. Yeah. So I was doing, what's that?
How does someone do that? That's So that's what I want to know. How does someone? Because you know us, we know we deal with a lot of newbies, a lot of people trying to get in the game, can't figure it out. How does somebody get in the game actually make money? Because we know a lot of people been wholesaling damn near 6, 7 months ain't closed their first deal. So how does somebody actually close a deal in wholesaling? You talked about marketing. You talked about picking your market. How do they scale up in 2, 3 deals a month and actually make money like he's talking about?
So I think it's two things. I think the main thing is going to be, putting together you a solid team, because you cannot do this. Business will drive you crazy if you're trying to do, any more than like probably one, in my opinion. I don't care what nobody tell you on the internet. I don't care what nobody tell you on the internet. If you doing more than maybe like 2 to 3 deals by yourself, it's going to be difficult. Now, if you get with maybe like one other person, you could probably pull that off easy. But more, if you're doing anything more than that, unless you got some kind of special connections with like, with a hedge fund or something, it's going to be difficult because you managing a lot of expectations. So what I'm going to tell you is this. And I'm going to break down exactly kind of how I did it. So my thing was this: if I could just get me some good people to make me some phone calls, right? Which, and get me some leads coming in the door. If I can get me somebody who can help me with a lot of the miscellaneous little paperwork and, and different things of that nature, give me somebody that can help me with that, I could do, 2, 3 deals in a month. You know what I mean? Easy. If that's me doing acquisitions primarily and me doing dispositions primarily. Now, of course, you're going to have to set that up right? You're going to have to set that up right. And to be honest with you, that's a nice, profitable place, especially if you got you a 9 to 5. You know what I mean? And if you solid on your 9 to 5 and you doing 2 to 3 deals, and you may not be profiting like crazy, like you may be paying your people maybe, 3 or 4 grand a month. You know what I mean? And, marketing a little, maybe like a couple grand a month as well. But at the same time, you making you 15 to 30 grand a month. You solid. You more than solid. So I think, man, just getting you the right people in place. And of course, you got to have systems to make that work. You could easily pull that off for sure.
Yeah, that's dope. That's super dope. So like, what would you say are some of the key tools a wholesaler can use starting out? Whether it's, software, what are some key things they can use?
So I started out using Podio, right? I ended up using I think it was InvestorFuse at that time. Now we use Mamba CRM, which I think is the dopest ever. And here's the thing, man. I'm real big on make money first. So anybody who is focusing on getting a CRM before you done a deal, I think that's garbage. I think you definitely don't need a CRM before you make your first deal. I think focusing on getting on that phone, right, is probably the key. Of course, you definitely want to get you some good data. We use TurboSkip for our data to skip all of our data, and they get high quality records. But outside of getting you some data and getting you, maybe going to PropStream or List Source and pulling you some dope lists, Skiptracing those records, that is the only money you need to be focused on spending right there. That's it. Get you some top quality data, get you some top quality Skiptracing done, and then you hit that phone and you wear that list out. You wear that list out until it ain't nothing left, no more juice left in that list. Don't hit that list one time and think you done. Nah, you wear that list out, because I can promise you get you 2,000 to 3,000 records. You get you 2,000 to 3,000 records. It's a deal in them records. You just got to hit that list real hard. And outside of that, man, I'm telling you, don't spend no money on nothing else. Don't spend no money on nothing else. That's a fact.
So you said list, you said data. You gave us a good data provider. What's some good ass list to pull? Don't be missing. You know what I'm saying? You trying to skip over some stuff. You trying to get the game.
Absolutely. So listen. So listen, I'm gonna tell you what we do. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead and give you the game what we do, and I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean?
Let us inside our business real quick.
Yes, indeed. And shout out to House Byron Brian. He kind of helped with all of the marketing. You know what I mean? So but this is what we pulling. We pulling all of the absentee owners first. Okay. Then what we doing is we going and we sifting out. We using something like a REI sift, and we sifting out that data, right? And we getting the tax delinquents. We getting the absentee owners. We getting the tied landlords. We getting the eviction records. We getting the water list, right? And then we stacking all of those problems up, right? And we hitting those first. So if you a new entrepreneur in the game, I'm telling you, hit those lists first. Don't just go skip a bunch of records, right? You know what I mean? Unless you're a big outfit. We're a bigger outfit, so we skipping a ton of records. But if you new, don't skip a ton of records. Stack those problems. Get you something like a REI sift. Stack those problems, right? Find out all of those, the person who got the most amount of problems. You want to get as much data as you possibly can. You want to go to PropStream or something like that. Matter of fact, I probably have a code in here for you to do a 7-day trial. You get that, go to TurboSkip, get you a massive list. But before you skip those records, you want to get you a big list, and then you want to stack all of those problems. So you want to get the list that got tax delinquent on it, tied landlord, absentee owner, high equity, all of those. You want to get all of those out of that list, right? So say, for instance, if you have, let's say you got 10,000 records, and you stack, and the ones that got at least 4 qualifiers, meaning that they back behind on taxes, they absentee owner, maybe a tied landlord, maybe on the water list, right? You got 4 different problems, and now that list of 10,000 may only be about 1,000. Skip trace those, because 10 times out of 10, that's what your deals are gonna be anyway. So you want to skip trace those. You know what I mean? And then once you hit them phones and you exhaust that list, you're going to get you a deal out of that list. And after you get that deal, then you just reverse engineer. Now you're going to dump even more into your data, and you're going to skip trace even more records, and you're going to rinse and repeat and do the same thing. But I'm not hiring nobody. I'm not doing none of those things until I get that first deal. But listen, the dope thing about something like a tool like REI Sift is, because a lot of people deal with duplicates and all that kind of stuff. You can get rid of all that stuff with REI Sift. And you can also get rid of all of that stuff in your CRM. We use Mamba CRM, and it gets rid of all them duplicates. It gets rid of all of the suppressed data. Cleaning data is probably just as important as you scale as getting the data. Because, if you ain't got the right CRM to kind of sift through your suppressed and bad data, and you get a tool like a REI Sift to go through and stack that data, especially when you new, you're going to be wasting a lot of money and throwing a lot of money into the wind. And I just dropped a massive gem. So y'all need to hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button right now, man. For real. Because I just gave out at least tens of thousands of dollars in game just right now. That's a fact.
Smash. Gotta get them Migos ad libs. Hey, definitely. So B, I want to ask you this. I want to take it. We got close to 12 minutes left. I want to take it a different direction, right? Because you just dropped again so much game on it. And one thing I truly love is I've seen this, and I think we've been in Clubhouse rooms early on a few months ago when people will do this. Are you open to doing a mock call?
Ooh. I'm open. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie.
You want to do it? Oneil, you want to be the seller, or you want me to be the seller? Let's do it. What you thinking? Let's get us some value.
Hot seat.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
You want to do it? Oneil, you with it?
Nah, we both can do it. So we brothers. You know what I'm saying? We both on title. Let's get it.
Ooh.
Let's get it.
Now I'm gonna break down my style though. Let me break down my style though, because listen, my style is I'm a listener. I'm a listener closer. You feel me? So I'm asking a ton of questions. I'm digging deep in their situation. I'm leading with empathy, leading with value. So I'm just giving you the game on that. So I'm gonna give you exactly how I do it. So let's run it. Let's run it.
We're gonna take it back to nurse buys houses.
Absolutely, man. I showed up into them appointments with them scrubs on. You feel me?
Hey, that's big business.
Hey.
So man, hit us with that. You got a telephone voice thing?
I don't even know if I got one in there, man.
Let's get it. Man.
Let's get it.
So
Hey, I want the phone to ring.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Let's run it.
I got y'all. Hold on. Hey, see, this one you gotta have the two business phones. Hold on, let me go ahead and get the phone ringing.
We're brothers and we're colored. Boy, Tammy.
Oh, Tammy in the building, man. Shout out to Tammy in the building, man. She gonna be helping us with the clubhouse tour, man. We're gonna be turning all the way up, man.
Yeah, man, we gotta.
Wait, why the phone not ringing?
Yeah, let's just run it, man. Let's just run it.
Go ahead and run it.
Let's run it. Come on, man.
I took it outside.
Who's this? Oh, I'm sorry. You supposed to say that. Go ahead, man. Hello.
How's it going?
Hey, who is this?
Man, my name is Byron, man. I was calling because I saw that you had this property.
Byron. Who's Byron? I don't know Byron. What you call
Man, you gonna get to know me. You gonna get to know me. I got something good to talk about, man. Are you open to listening to me for about 2 to 3 seconds? I ain't catch you at a bad time, did I?
No, you ain't trying to sell me nothing, is it?
Nah, man. This ain't no sales call. I may be trying to put some money in your pocket, unless you want to call that a sales call. Tell me this: would you consider me putting some money in your pocket a sales call?
I gotta hear this. Hey, Oneil, you got time to hear this? He talking putting money in our pocket. I don't know what this is.
That sound like some gigolo type stuff. So I don't know.
You don't know, man. All right. Well, listen. Oneil, I saw that you got a property. You got a property right there on 123 Main Street. And, I drove by it the other day, man. It looked like it was kind of vacant. And it's been a while since it looked like anybody even been there. Is that a property that you or Byron, y'all may own?
Yeah,
we own it. It was our mama's house.
Oh, okay.
No, Byron, you can't be telling them all that, man.
So
I'm sorry, brother.
So
we don't know this man, but yeah, man, he just spilled the beans. What's up? Bro?
So it's your mama's house, man. So, man, what happened with your mom, man? I hope everything all right, huh?
We put in a nursing home, man. But other than that, we take care of her.
That's 100. Yeah, I completely understand, man. I completely understand. Sometimes, man, it works out actually better, that people put, the people in the nursing home, even though I know it kind of got a bad stigma at times. It's actually better when the care needs of a patient goes up. I'm actually a nurse, man, by trade, man. So this is right up my alley, man. I've worked in, with a lot of nursing home patients, man, doing what I do in the critical care field. But listen, I was reaching out to you, man, because I saw the property, and the lady and I, man, we into buying properties just like that one, right? Putting a little money into them, man, fixing them up, and maybe even renting them out and stuff like that. Tell me this: have you ever considered selling this particular property?
No, I haven't. And we told Mama we wasn't gonna sell it.
You wasn't gonna sell it.
Yeah,
So what you gonna do with it? You just gonna let it sit there? What's the plan?
Well, Oneil was supposed to cut the grass.
He was supposed to cut the grass.
Mama said we need to keep it.
Mama say you need to keep it. Well, did Oneil ever get a chance to go out there and cut that grass?
Nah, I ain't got time for no grass.
Man, the city will fine you for stuff like that, huh?
That's cool. They got a couple fines on it. We ain't worried about that.
Y'all ain't worried about it? Well, man, look, tell me this. If I was to tell you that the lady and I are open to putting some money on that property, right? And and taking that off your hands, that way you ain't got to worry about that grass situation. Would you even be open to having that discussion?
Well, we did tell Mama we wasn't gonna sell it though.
Okay, I understand.
I do like going to the boat and gambling. No, I ain't gonna lie to you.
So tell me this: have y'all already been paying the taxes on it, or how's that been working out?
Oneil, you been paying the taxes?
No, I haven't, because you didn't give me half of the money, so I just never paid it.
Oh, okay.
Man, you know my job. You know my job, man. I'm supposed to be getting a raise next week.
Well, I got like 5, 6 kids. I ain't got extra money to pay.
Okay.
Man, I told you to tell her to let you claim them on the taxes.
So tell me this. So do you know what that tax bill is now?
Man, I haven't paid in at least since Mama been there. I think I paid it 1 year, so I don't know. I guess
Since Mama been there.
Yeah, we paid it one time. You don't remember you gave me half, and then I never heard from you the next following year. So I only paid it that one time.
Wow.
Low down, dirty mother.
So tell me this. So y'all haven't paid the taxes. So have y'all considered potentially losing the property to taxes? Have you considered that? Because
how they gonna take our mama house?
Oh yeah, So typically in a situation like this, the government will come in and they'll do a tax foreclosure after a certain amount of time that it ain't paid. And then they'll also do a tax foreclosure if you get a certain amount of fines on that particular property after not, cutting the grass, or if the windows are bust out and look neglected and they had to go out and board the house, different things like that. So that's why I was trying to figure out a way to try to, help you guys out of that situation. Because in my opinion, I feel like that, do you feel like your mom would appreciate losing a property to taxes or something like that in a foreclosure? You think she would like that?
So she told me Oneil would probably lose the house.
Tell me this. Do you think she would like it if somebody was to go in and give you guys some money, right, for the property? That way, y'all don't have to worry about the burden of dealing with taxes and grass and people breaking into the house and possibly doing something illegal in the house and trying to sue you guys or sue your mom for anything that they do wrong on that particular property illegally. Tell me this. Instead of having to worry about something like that, do you think she'd rather y'all have some money in y'all pocket and be able to move on with life, and then, a nice family move into that property and raise a nice, raise nice kids and fix it up and have it, a beautiful situation in that neighborhood? You think she'd rather that, or would she rather lose it to taxes? Which one you think?
How much money you talking?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you, man. Because he's saying we gonna lose this motherfucker.
Well, listen to this, Byron. I can tell you this. Money. I hear you. Money. The good thing is money is the easiest part of my job. That's the easiest part of my job, man. But tell me this. When was the last time you think that roof was redid?
Oh man, Daddy did that probably back in 74.
Wow. Did he do it himself?
Yeah, we did everything ourselves.
Wow, that is amazing, man. So y'all got a lot of sweat equity into the property. Like y'all legit put hands on the property. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, my daddy built it.
Gotcha. And tell me this: when was the last time you would say that kitchen and now been redone?
Since it was put in.
Okay, so it ain't been nowhere.
We got a new refrigerator. That's about it, though.
A new refrigerator. Okay. So outside of that, you would say that what about the plumbing, electrical? Has any of that stuff been updated since y'all had it?
It all worked.
It all worked. How you know? When was the last time you been over there?
Well, sometimes, when late at night, I have some lady friends and I have to bring them there.
Oh wow, player. I hear you.
I didn't even know that.
See, we
learn something new every day.
We learn something new every day. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at you, player. But listen to this though. Tell me this. What?
Wait, I got something to ask you. How much money you talking? I need some money.
Wait, tell me this, Oneil. Tell me this. With it being in a situation where the roof haven't been done, right? It's gonna need a new roof, right? Right. That it's gonna need a full update. I got to get out there and cut that grass, right? We got to get that grass cut. We got to cut some of them trees in the back down. And also I heard that there's some foundation issues going on in the back as well. Being that it has all of these issues, and I've looked around, I'm going to be honest with you. I've actually seen properties, and I'm not speaking for your property. I'm just saying I've actually seen some properties sell in that area for around, $20,000. And I'm not saying that that's what I would offer you, but being that it has a lot of the issues that it do have in terms of the things that needs to be done, some back taxes on that particular property, that I can help you guys get out of that from what you're saying. Tell me this, what you think would be a fair offer, Oneil?
Man, I say at least 40. I get
40.
20, my brother get 20, I have enough money for the kids and all that. So I think 40 would be good.
You think 40 would be good? Okay. And tell me this.
Brother, you always greedy, man. You greedy, Oneil. The man offered us $20,000 and you want to take $40,000, man.
Tell me this.
20?
Tell me this though, Oneil. How did you come up with that number?
Man, my daddy built that house. Come on now.
I understand. So tell me this. So you saying $40,000, right? So would you say that house, being that the house down the street sold for 20, right? And I think the one right there on 124th Main Street. You know the one that I'm talking about right there on 124th Main Street. I know that one sold for 20. And it was
Janet house.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think you're right about that, Byron. So being that hers sold for 20, and I think that one had a new roof on it. It did have some plumbing issues, and it did have some foundation issues as well. But it did have a new roof on it. Tell me this, Oneil. What is the closest we can come to, being that this one needs a new roof? It got some foundation issues. It got all of the same problems. Plus, it got the roof issue. What is the closest you feel like we can come to that 20,000?
I don't know, man. You better have to talk to Byron on that. I'm a little bit closer.
I'll tell you right now. You give us, if you said 20, you give us 25, and I'm cool with it.
Okay. Well, tell me this. Let's say if I could do, if I can get my business partner to agree to the 25. So are you going to take it? Would y'all be open to taking care of that roof? And I do the 25?
Well, daddy gone. I don't know. Oneil, you know somebody that could do a roof?
I could probably put 4 of my boys on top of that thing and see what they could do.
Okay. So
I'm too old.
You too old to be worried about the roof. I understand. I completely understand. I got some good guys that I know that I work with, man. They phenomenal at doing roofs, man. And I know for a fact that they could probably do that roof for about $8,000. They could do that roof for about, man. It's going up, man. A lot of the price of roofing material has went up significantly probably since the last time y'all did the roof. Tell me this though. I know you said 25 and y'all pretty stern on that number, but tell me this. If we could work out a deal to where you guys take care of that roof, right? Would you be able, and I come up with the 25, y'all cover the closing costs. Will we be able to make a deal? Or tell me this. Well, how you feel about that before we go there?
You was right, Oneil. We should have took 40,000. I should open my big mouth and said 25.
Oh man, I'm slightly uncomfortable, man. I don't have no.
You uncomfortable? Okay, well, tell me this. Tell me this, Oneil.
First of all, you calling us to buy our house. Now
Absolutely.
Closing costs.
You're right about that. Well, guess what? I love the fact that I would love to be able to take care of the closing costs. Matter of fact, I love to be able to take care of that roof. But tell me this though. If I could take care of the closing costs for you, and I took care of that $8,000 roof, if I took care of that $8,000 roof, is it any way possible we can meet somewhere in the middle, right? And I'm looking at about $10,000 in fees, right? We're looking at about $10,000 in fees, right? So if we can meet somewhere around, and I ain't gonna even disrespect you and try to drop it 10,000. I ain't gonna even disrespect you like that. But if we can meet. Nah, man, it's all love, man. You know that roof, man. Tell me this. You want to get the roof? You want to get the roof?
I ain't getting
You getting a lot of love, man, because I'm trying to keep you from getting on that roof. You said you too old to be dealing with that roof, and I completely understand. I wouldn't want to get up on that roof myself, man. I'd rather get my people up there on that roof. But tell me this, if we can meet somewhere in the middle at around 17.5, will we be able to shake hands on this deal right now?
Man, you
And we cover the closing costs. Listen, we gonna cover the closing costs. And guess what? You ain't gonna even have to worry about even touching that roof. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna tell you to even look at that grass. Matter of fact, you're not gonna look at the grass. You're not gonna deal with that foundation. You're not gonna deal with that roof. And we're gonna choose the title company right down the street from your house, right? So it's gonna be real close to you, right? And we're gonna be able to close at your convenience, and on top of that, I'm gonna cover all the closing costs, and I'm taking care of the roof. But we're gonna need to be at 17.5. How that sound to you?
How about the original offer? But you just give us. How about $20,200?
Well, I completely understand.
And I think that we can walk away with me and Oneil can have $100 a piece. And we can get Mama the other 20.
I get it. I completely understand. Well, I'm gonna tell you this, Byron. I like y'all. I like you, Oneil. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I can sit this money aside. I got 17.5 that I know for a fact that I won't have no problems dealing with my business partner on. And I'm just trying to I'm shooting it straight with you because I don't want to waste your time. I'm sure y'all got a lot of y'all time is precious, just like my time is precious. But I got about 17.5. I know that I can get done for you. But I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a house right down the street, right? That don't have a lot of the tax issues, right? It don't have a lot of the same issues. And it's either the money gonna go to this house or it's gonna go to another house down the street. And I love to do business with you. I love to do business with you, and I love to take this problem off of your hand. And I would hate for the legacy of your mom to be lost in a tax foreclosure. And you know that the tax foreclosure is coming up real soon. You know, they do it every single Tuesday. So y'all let me know, because listen, I want to be able to secure this money for you right now. I think I have this money. I know for a fact, I'm very confident I can go to my business partner right now and get this 17.5 for you right now, but we would have to be able to make a decision. So tell me this, if I can lock in this 17.5 for you right now, I can get on the phone and I can lock it in and guarantee you that we're going to be able to get this done. Will we be able to make a decision right now?
It's tough, man. You offered us 20,000. Then my brother, you almost agreed at 25, but now you 17,000, 17.5.
Again, we throwing in that roof. I'm taking care of that roof for you. You're not gonna have to touch that roof, right?
It's good though. Daddy did it.
Yeah, but it's been about 20 years since y'all been on top of that roof. So I'm sure it's not sound.
No leaks.
Absolutely.
So I think if we could agree to 20,000, we took $200 off.
Okay. Well, let's do the 20, and then you take care of the closing costs, and then I think we can make it work. How about that?
How much is closing costs?
About 2,000. So we walking over 18. You killing me, man. You killing me.
Well, how about this? Let's do 18. How about we do 18? Like, go talk to my business partner and see if we can lock this deal in. But I need something concrete. If I can lock in with something concrete with you guys, and I give you my word on something that I think I can talk to my business partner into getting you this 18, will I be able to get your word that y'all can agree on that?
I'm tired of talking to him, man.
I think these boys is rich, man, Oneil.
I wish.
And okay, I got a question for you. Okay, so you say you gonna closing cost is 2,000, the roof gonna cost another 8,000, so that's $10,000. Okay, how about this, Oneil? I think $18,500, and I think that we got a deal. What you think, Oneil?
I could do that. I could do that.
18.5.
Mama get the 18. We just get 250. We could do that.
And I owe you some money, Oneil, so you can have you just give me $50 and you take the rest.
Oh, I want to 450. Okay.
I like you fellas, man. Y'all seem to be good man of your word. So this is what we're going to do. I'm gonna go talk to the lady, my business partner, and see how she feel about that number that we discussed. And if everything, check out, I think we're going to be able to do a deal. So I got your word on the 18.5.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let me put you on hold for a second and let me see if I can get this done.
Okay, thank you.
You on hold?
All right.
I'm off hold. Man, I just talked to the lady, man. She real stuck on the 17.5, man. She's stuck on the 17.5. But this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that I'm gonna try to pull the rest of that money out of my own pocket. But I'm gonna need to get something concrete to be able to lock this in because I don't want to go back and look stupid. So here's the deal. I'm gonna send you an agreement right now. Do you have you buy your computer?
I don't have one of those, Oneil. You got one of those, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. So check your computer. I just sent you over an agreement. Right now. Check your computer right now. It's in your email.
I see it.
Okay. All right. Does that number look close to what we kind of agreed upon at 18.5 that we agreed on?
I see it. It's there.
Okay. So let's. I want to just take you through what we doing. So this is basically a purchase and sale agreement talking about us buying that property cash, right? So this is a cash deal. We ain't going to get no loan or nothing like that. This is a cash deal. It's gonna be clean. We're gonna put that money in your pocket and get this done for you. Does everything on that agreement pretty much spell it out pretty plain and clear?
Yeah, it look cool. It says you buying it as is.
I'm buying it as is, right? Okay. 18.5. Okay, so tell me this. If you can go ahead and check that out and go ahead and give me something, and I'm gonna try to see if I can get you something on the other end, and I'm gonna try to meet that 18.5, but I can't go into it without nothing in writing. So if you can go ahead and sign that for me, and I'll take that back to my business partner, and I think I can be able to make that work. How does that sound? Because I really want to make sure where I can get this 18.5, but I'm not going to be able to get the 18.5. She came back solid at the 17.5. But if we can get something solid, I think I can negotiate that 18.5 for y'all.
Oneil, go ahead and just sign it, man. We need some money.
I didn't sign it already, man. When I'm getting my money, that's what I'm
I like the way you think, man. You like to get to the point. Listen, as soon as I can get that paperwork back, let me go take it back to the business partner, and then I think we'll be able to get this thing wrapped up pretty quickly.
I like it, man.
Oh, man. This is a good phone call we took, Oneil.
Absolutely. I told y'all, I'm calling. This is not no sales call. I'm calling to put money in your pocket.
I just got $50.
I love it. Yeah, man. But that's it, man. That's a deal right there. You know what I mean? Lock that thing in.
Smash that like button.
Yes, indeed. Hit that like button if you felt like you got some value from that one, man. Definitely.
That was good because we stayed on the phone. At least
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Absolutely.
If you're on the phone that long, that's usually gonna be a contract.
Absolutely. Man, I love it.
That was some heat, man. This was dope, man. I think that I know as we get to wrap up real quick. One more last question. What's next for you, Byron?
Man, you know what? I just want to help more people, man. I think I've made money in wholesaling and been fairly successful in the space. Built our systems to the point to where it's like I'm not really active in the business as much anymore outside of just running the business. So I want to show some people exactly how to do that, man. So, pretty soon I'm going to be probably dropping a webinar, man, to show people exactly some of the things that I've done to get that accomplished, man, while working a 9 to 5. And to be honest with you, I never did quit. You know what I mean? I was still able to scale a business without having to quit. By the time I was in position to quit, and where I'm at pretty much now, I didn't really have much to do, man. And like I said, man, we comfortably, doing massive numbers every single month. And I'm just grateful, man. So I just want to, be able to impact others and show other folk exactly how I was able to kind of do the same thing. And I also want to delve into other businesses as well. So that's kind of what's next for me, for sure.
When you plan on quitting that job officially?
Well, I'm already kind of quit. You know what I mean? Like I probably work every
2 days a month.
Yeah, 2 days a month, man, to keep my license active, man. You have no idea how hard it was to get a nursing license, man. So I refuse to just let that thing just kind of lapse, man. And I end up in a situation where I got to retake a board or retake a test. I ain't doing none of that. And I kind of love what I do, man. So I just do my little 1 or 2 days a month and that's it, you know?
No stress. Hey, man.
Nah, that's so dope, man. Man, Byron, first and foremost, man, thank you today for not only being a host / guest on the show, and you know, again, everybody who don't know, man, that's the magic man between, you know, all the shots, the graphics, right? I mean, and not only that, he talked about, you know, for one, for his beginning to where he started in, you know, entrepreneurship in wholesaling, and to now where he is, even giving you guys gems. So make sure y'all make sure y'all follow Byron the Investor on Instagram. Make sure y'all follow him on Clubhouse, dropping gems daily. All right, make sure you definitely tap in with Oneil J. Parker and myself. But here's the thing, y'all. Listen, make sure you go and watch all of the Real Shit Real Estate past episodes. We're talking nothing but real shit in the real estate market, right? This is what we doing. We don't do this for pay. We do this because it's a way to actually give back. And again, we see all of the great comments that we see going on. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to leave y'all with this, right? I want you to remember. I want you to take a look at your friends, right? And I want you to, and each one of your friends, I want you to, at the end of the day, find, you know how much each one of your friend makes. Add up the total number and then divide that. And that's the median income of what your net worth is right now. If your net worth is under $50,000, your net worth under $100,000, you need to continue getting around new people, putting yourself in a position so that way you can have the conversations that's what we're having right now, but being to have that daily, right? Put yourself in position to operate at a high level, right? And this doesn't mean leaving your friends, but this means putting yourself in different circles to elevate your life. So with that being said, man, we truly thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure y'all hit that red subscribe button. Share this with more people, man. Until next week, man. We'll see y'all.
Peace.